Hi, this is Kelly with DNN Dev, and in this video we're going to take a quick tour of the Manage Forms and Manage Templates pages in the new XMod Pro 2. Those are located on the control panel, which is also a new feature of XMod Pro 2, where we've consolidated a lot of the administrative tools, some of which you've seen in previous versions of XMod Pro, and some of which are new. In this tutorial we are looking at the Manage Forms page and the Manage Templates page, both of which have been enhanced for this new version. Let's start with the Manage Forms page. It is composed of a grid with a list of all of the forms that we have created so far. Off to the right is a help section telling you a bit about the Manage Forms area and what it does. And then down here is the quick form creator down in the bottom right. Let's take a look at the grid first. This is the Form Manager grid, and for each form we have a series of icons that you can click on to perform basic actions on each form. Let's use the contacts form, which we've created in a previous tutorial, as an example here. The first one, which we're very proud of, is the ability to preview a form. This is actually a live preview of your form, and by clicking on it, we'll show you. There it is. This is a form that we created in a previous tutorial using the Sunny theme. That gives us a nice background in the rounded corners. We also have added required field validation to the first name and to the last name fields, and we can even check that here in this live preview just by clicking on Add, and you can see how those work. If we were to type something here and tab away, the indicator for the required field on the first name would disappear. So this is actually a live preview. Data is not added or modified in any way with these previews, but some of the controls are live. For instance, the file upload control can actually upload files through the preview, so that's something you want to take note of. When you're done previewing your form, just click the return button to go back. The next item is the edit icon. Click that, and now you can edit your form inline. We used to have this editor, and we still do, in the inline editor. In other parts of XMod Pro. We've brought that into the Manage Forms and the Manage Templates pages. And this is a great editor for working with your forms and templates. It has tabbings, so you can actually tab to create hierarchy and indentation within your forms and templates. If you want to select some text, actually let me just create a brand new form here to do this. Just select some stuff, and we can make that bold by clicking the bold button. We can do the same thing for italic and strike through. We can insert images. Just making up something here. Specifying some alternative text to make this form accessible. And you can see that the image tag has been created here. Delete that, and we can also do the same thing with hyperlinks, and even we can insert the skeleton for a table just by clicking on the button. More interest to XMod Pro users probably is the ability to insert tokens, like the module token, portal ID, let's say portal email address. Simply select that from the menu and it'll be inserted into the form. And you have the full range of tokens available to you here. Also, XMod Pro's full slate of form controls are available to you. We could insert something like, well, let's just do a text box here. And there you have the basics of the text box inserted for you. If you want to do a checkbox list, for instance, we could do that. And all of the basics of the checkbox list are right there available for you to start editing. And of course, we could do the same thing with this third drop-down list. This is a series of the validators that are available in XMod Pro, so we can add a required field validator, let's say, and you can see that that's there ready for you to fill out. So the editor is really an excellent addition to XMod Pro. You saw it in the inline editor in 1.4 version of XMod Pro, and now we've got it in the Manage Forms and Manage Templates pages. Also, you'll see this on the Manage Templates page too. We have Inline Help, or Online Help. This was available in previous versions of XMod. We've continued that because we got a lot of good feedback on that. So if you have questions about a control or a tag, a syntax, you can just simply select it from the drop-down list box, and up pops the information about it. You can see the full syntax for that control. This is the declarative syntax for it. And then there are usage notes for each of the controls, and also an example for that control. And all that is available to you online via this button, this drop-down list here. Okay, next on the list is the ability to rename forms. This is something that has been requested by a lot of customers, and we've added it now to version 2. Simply click the icon to rename, and you are prompted to give your form a new name. We'll just call it Contacts 2, and we'll click the OK button, or the Save button, and it has been renamed for us. If we wanted to make a copy of it, just simply click the copy icon, and a new one is created for us here, which we can then start editing if we want to. We can also rename it to something different. We'll just say that. And there you go. Finally, we can delete our previously our unused forms by clicking the delete button. After we confirm it, the form has been deleted. Finally, on the Manage Forms page, we go to the Quick Form Creator. This is a great way to get a form going. You saw me briefly just click the new form here to get a basic template of a form that I can start adding items to and editing. Probably you want to save some even more time, so one of the great new features of XMod Pro is the ability to generate a form from a database table. We have shown this to you in some other tutorials, but it's worth showing again here. Simply select your table and select the column in that table that uniquely identifies each record. This will allow XMod Pro to set up the editing of records, or your edit form to edit records. So our unique column in the contacts table is Contact ID. Now click New Form, and it has been created for you by XMod Pro. Saves a lot of typing. Now if you want to see what it looks like, we can do that. We'll just give the form a name. We'll call it Contacts Example. Click Save. And we can see it here. We will even preview it. And there you go. There's our brand new form. Couple clicks and done. All right, that takes care of the Manage Forms page. Let's go on to the Manage Templates page, and we can save some time here. The Template Manager here on the left works the same way as the Form Manager we saw on the Manage Forms page. One thing I'd like to point out, this is also true for the Manage Forms page, is XMod Pro caches a lot of this information so that it can speed up your editing process, and it doesn't have to go out to the server as often. But one of the side effects is that if you create a new form or a new template, sometimes it will not show up in the Template Manager or the Form Manager. If that's true, just simply click the Reload Grid button right down here at the bottom, and your list will be reloaded, and you'll see your new form or your new template. Let's take a look at the Quick Template Creator. This is over here. This is very similar to the Quick Form Creator. If we were to click the New Template button, then a basic skeleton for a template tag would be available to us that we could start typing in. But we'd also like to generate a template from a table and save a lot of time in the process. So let's just select, again, we'll select the contacts table here. And once we do that, we're presented with the option to select a unique ID field. Again, we want to select the contact ID. This allows XMod Pro to not only set up the editing of a record, like the edit button, but it also allows XMod Pro to set up viewing each individual record in the detail view template. So it's important to select this. Once you've done so, you can select what type of layout you want for your template. And we have several options: a grid, a one-column table, which is simply a list of records, but it uses an HTML table tag behind the scenes to do the layout. Sometimes this is easier for people to do their styling on. You also have options for a numbered list or an ordered list, a bullet list or an unordered list, a list of paragraphs, or a list of HTML div tags. Let's go ahead and create just a grid and click the new template. And we can see that XMod Pro has generated all of the information that we need to create a grid. Let's give this thing a name, and we'll take a look at it and see what it looks like. Call it Contacts Grid. And we will click Save. And there it is, the contacts grid. Let's take a preview of it. Now, since we already have data in this table, we'll be able to actually see a live preview. If there was none, it would be kind of a boring preview with no records to see. But we'll preview this, and as you can see, our grid has been created. The contact ID is in this column: first name, last name, address, address to, city, state, and zip. And over here, we can even click on the View Details link, and we can see the details template. How cool is that? If you were to click the New Record button, nothing's going to happen. So don't worry about that. It's not intended to happen. Now, this is not a really pretty template. This is the base information. We have stripped out some of the styles that might be applied by your skin so that you can get a more accurate look at the structure and the layout of your template. However, if you were to, you can simply go out to your module instance and configure it, and you can see what it will look like. We'll just set it up to view the contacts grid and close. And there you go. This has some of the styling from the skin that it's picked up. You'll also notice that not only can you view details, you can edit records, and you can delete those records. Of course, to do that, we need to set up a form. We'll set up the contacts form that we worked with. And now we can edit, say, George Washington's record, and we can delete records as well. So that is a look at the Manage Forms and the Manage Templates pages, brand new and enhanced as part of XMod Pro 2.